A pregnant woman was walking to a job interview. Behind her were two other women, also competing for the job. For no apparent reason, they decide to bully the pregnant woman. One of the contestants realizes that the pregnant woman had dropped the money from her purse. A little further on, an elegant and well-dressed woman sees the whole situation. The two women who bullied the pregnant woman complain about the heat and the appointment time for the interview. The pregnant woman takes the first place in the queue. After all, she has preference according to the law. But the two other women don't seem to have any respect and complain again. The blonde then touches the pregnant woman on the shoulder and asks if she has no manners. Unkindly, she says the woman is wrong and asks her to go to the back of the line. The other woman is perplexed by the other two's lack of manners, but the blonde interrupts her and tells her to keep quiet, as they are not friends. But the woman remembers that pregnant women have priority in queues, but they don't seem to care, and the blonde claims that the pregnant woman is wasting her time, as a company would never hire someone like her. With personality, the woman says that she arrived first, and that is why she allows the pregnant woman to stay in line. The mother-to-be defends herself and says that, like the two uneducated women, she also needs to work. And the other one with dark hair says that she doesn't need to work. What she needs is to stay at home resting, and not disturbing those who really need it. But the pregnant woman says she read the company's public notice, and there is no information about pregnant women not being able to be hired. But the women don't care about that and repeat that she is only there to get in the way. Arrogant, the blonde says that she and her friend are the ones who have the company's profile, as they are young, beautiful, and with healthy bodies. But the woman who arrived first has personality and counters both, saying that it doesn't matter to have a good resume and a healthy body, and not know how to treat people with politeness and respect. But the blonde doesn't give up being arrogant and says that the manager must be a man and claims that he will be mesmerized by her beauty and delighted with her competence. But the expectant mother gives up paying attention to women and starts looking at her belly. She reveals that she will be a mother of a girl and that she is feeling the baby's movement. But suddenly she starts to feel unusual pain, and the woman asks if she is okay. But the pain is stronger than usual and she starts to worry about what it could be. Worried, she says she goes to the bathroom of an establishment close to the company and asks the woman to save her spot. Shortly after she leaves, a young man opens the company gate and asks if they intend to do the job interview. The two uneducated women answer yes, but the conscientious woman says that another woman will also do the interview and says that she will be back in a few minutes. Despite the blonde trying to interrupt the woman to say that the pregnant woman will do the interview, the man listens to her and says that he will wait another 5 minutes to start the interview. After the other candidates enter, the blonde asks what the man's name is, and he replies that it is Gilherme. She, clearly with ulterior motives, and says her name is Letitia. Interested in getting some leverage, she asks if he's the one doing the interviews with the candidates. He already notices that there is something strange, but replies that yes, it will be him. She then says that he needs to look at her resume, and without any shame, praises herself, saying she's proactive, and that beauty is something she has plenty of. The man admits that she is beautiful. He says that, for sure, her resume will be evaluated, and she, in another show of shamelessness, asks if he wants to take it from now on. But he is professional and says that she can wait at the reception. She then accepts and enters, but not before flirting a little more with the man who might be her future boss. Minutes later, with the three women waiting at the reception, the blonde gets impatient and asks how many minutes are left for the interview to start. The man smiles and says it will be soon, and she tries once more to flirt with him. She says she's hot and reveals that she was noticing his hair. The blonde says he is very handsome, praising the boy's face, skin, and even his eyebrows. Everyone in the room is uncomfortable, and the man, clearly embarrassed, asks her to sit down as it is time for the interview. Before answering his request, she says that she hopes it won't be too long, as she is feeling increasingly hot. She sits up and looks at her friend, almost as if to say she knows what she's doing. The woman looks at the blonde and she, always rude, asks if there is something wrong. The woman says that she is not ashamed, because she says she has a great resume, but she humiliates herself in every way to get chosen for the job. Ironically, the blonde replies that the woman should mind her own business, and then asks where the pregnant woman is. And the woman counters the comment and tells the blonde to take care of her own life, but the blonde replies that she is taking care of it very well, and that the job will soon be hers. To the surprise of the two other women, the pregnant woman arrives at the reception and, in a tired voice, thanks the woman for having reserved a place for her. But the blonde, insistent on being unsympathetic, says that the woman is just playing the victim. The pregnant woman reveals that in the bathroom she realized that the money she had kept in her purse disappeared, and that she is now unable to return home, not knowing that the other woman had taken it earlier. The nice woman decides to help her once more, and then gives the woman enough money so that she can return home safely. The blonde doesn't miss the opportunity to be unpleasant and asks if the woman wouldn't have money to give her either. After hearing everything, the man gets up from his chair and asks if the women are ready for the interview. He says that the first will be Anna, the pregnant woman. The blonde continues to complain, saying that the pregnant woman arrived last, and that later she would have invented feeling bad just to be chosen out of pity. She touches her belly, looks at the three women and slowly gets up. The man then gives the chair to her and the pregnant woman sits at the table. The women are confused and the blonde asks what's going on. She doesn't understand why the woman, after arriving late, has the right to sit in the manager's chair. The man then reveals that he never claimed to own the company. He is, after all, the landlady's aide, and so he points to the pregnant woman. The woman, knowing that she behaved well from the start, laughs at the two women, and the blonde asks if the woman wants to be slapped again. The owner of the company says that the slap has already been given, because the test of that company starts on the outside. They test, above all, human values such as empathy, companionship, honesty, ethics and all the principles that are fundamental to any good person. The owner reveals that these requirements are evaluated first from the outside of the company, where people tend to act naturally. And she says, then, that she pretended to be in an advanced stage of pregnancy to test the principles of those women. And she says that the three women were analyzed in detail from the outside of the company, and confirms that she already has a verdict on the qualities of each of them. And finally, she says that the profile of those two women does not correspond to the company's values, and then asks the two women to leave. They are both embarrassed, but before leaving, the blonde claims that the owner is making a big mistake by not hiring her. Before leaving, the other woman is held by the arm, and asked about the money she had taken from the floor. She pretends not to know anything, but the woman claims she saw everything and she finally takes the money out of her bra, and gives it to the owner of the company. After the two uneducated women leave, the business owner stands up and says that she has analyzed the woman since their first meeting. She then returns the money she had borrowed and states that the woman's profile is exactly what the company seeks, a person with ethics, responsibility, empathy, and for these reasons she will be hired. Justice has been served and the two celebrate their new partnership.